Hello there, and good evening. Welcome to part 7 of our Final Fantasy XIV online sleepy playthrough. And let's get started. When we last left off, we investigated Sastasha and the pirate presence and Sahagan presence around that cave, and we also investigated the prevalence and increase of activity around the Tamtara Deepcroft in Gridania. And so those were both obviously dungeons we played and cleared. And upon clearing the Tamtara Deepcroft, we have met here with Mother Mion, and I believe they're going to send us to Ul'dah to do an Ul'dah area dungeon. I think it's trying to get us into the different areas. So let's see what she has to say. Mion has information on our new task. So, you're not averse to taking a little trip? Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Momodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultan's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now, off you go, Julia, and good luck. All right. Before we do that, the first thing that I want to do is blacklist these losers. I did a little bit of research on these people and found that they are in fact losers. So if we do this, alright, so how do we do this? Let's watch this video real quick and figure out how to blacklist these people. Oh, so it's blacklist add T. I have to do this for everyone. Goodbye. So I'm doing this on the recording because I had pinned this as a 100% playthrough, right? And I'm gonna blacklist all of these monsters. If I did this off, can I do? Is it the same character or not? I wish I could do it like a wild card. We're whittling them down, aren't we? I wonder how much money this guy pays. Oh, you know what? It's probably all trial accounts, isn't it? This like this clearly he just sits here, right? And doesn't do anything. This will help our immersion. The reason I'm doing this is because I had heard that they are very unkind and they are not a very they are not an appropriate representation of the community that we want here in this game. I thought they were funny, and then I learned that they literally like verbally harass different types of characters. To which I say is not the move. No, I guess we're getting rid of all of them. This should make our... Alright, I think they're gone. Are we missing any? I think we did it. Alright, now let's go to Gridania. Or not Gridania, Ul'dah. Ul'dah! I get 200 blacklist slots per character, and I'll be damned if I won't use all 200 on that type of behavior. Hey look, cat girls. Alright, Mamodi. Welcome to Quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now. If you wouldn't mind showing yourself too. Judging by your determined expression, I take it you ain't here for ale. Are you called Julia Capicola by any chance? Mion sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started. So let's talk business, shall we? Mamodi is waiting to brief you on your task. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty, another second under that sun, and I would have been set afire. A tankard of ale, if you would be so kind. Excellent timing, Papa Sean. It just so happens the adventurer who'll be handling your petition is here. So this winsome lass is the much-lauded adventurer, is she? Marvelous, marvelous. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, my lady. I am Papa Sean, formerly of the Sultan's Horn. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you'd like to appraise Julia of your mission? Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amangina and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, the giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the Hecka Big Boys. Fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layer of rock by which served to imprison them and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has been forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, my lady. The people of that age used the Hecka Big Boys to work their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as oft the way of such shales, the enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecka Big Boys, our ancestors introduced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well, now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened as to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think those poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, and that's what makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to the sorry business. Gods bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you didn't know, Copperbell Mines is in western Thanalan. Do take care, you hear? Ah, and one last thing before you depart. An employee of the Amagina and Sons is presently at the quickstand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell Mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. So, we're going to talk about this. To progress the story... Oh, here's Painted Mesa. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the Avenger who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You got guts, miss. I just hope you've got skills with them, because things aren't pretty down there. The Hecka Big Boys left the place in a right state, and nary a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second old dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would have never been thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone's torches are keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation's resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Alright, so the hope of the nation is resting on my shoulders to clear the minds of the slaves who have been entrapped under rock for centuries. And as soon as we, get a little bit extra greedy that one day, we get a little extra greedy one day, and then we break the rock, and then they come free, and now they're pissed. Rightfully so. And in order to fix the problem, I have to just, go in and kill them all? Yeah. Hey, I know that, you were slaves and stuff, but you need to pipe the fuck down before our adventure comes and pipes you the fuck down. I just I just don't understand the I don't have the motivation as me a person like in IRL to do this task. We're gonna do it to continue the story, but I just lack motivation generally for this task because I just find it to be senseless. And now we have to go find the heckin' big boys. Seems to be a bridge over here. I do see an aetheryte right there. So we're gonna go ahead and attune to that real quick. All right. Let's attune to this, and then we'll go to the Copperbell Mines. Oh, wait. Did I see a chocobo? Nice. I went a little too far this way. Mining. The stone torch. There's been an incident inside Copperbell Mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety, I suggest you still stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the Hecka Big Boys. I didn't think that Papashan will be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best as you can, and enter at will. You giants stay in there where we put you. It just feels wrong. The whole thing feels weird and wrong. Sunny Popsicle. Is there anything that I can get from these Hecka Big Boys? Any loots? Ooh, 10 ore. Beastkin blood. Anything I can get from him? No. I'm just killing things. I'm not getting any experience for these. 6 minutes to fire this up. Alrighty. Couple minutes left. There's a fate I can go do, I guess. 5 more fates. Problem is I run over here and start it and then I don't get credit when I finish. Level sync. Kill the dog, I guess. I think we're 50% of the way there. And done. Alright, Square. There's a boss. Alright, so we'll level sync and now we'll start killing the toad. Wow. It's already 50%. By the time we get our ruby carbuncle, it's gonna be over. Nice. So, I was gonna say, there's gotta be a way to get up here, right? Oh, this seems fun. I jumped down to do a fate, now I gotta go up these 50 flights of steps. At least it's handicap accessible. In case I ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. Hammer beaks. Two. Three. Not quite halfway there. Now we're getting somewhere. I like being able to just like two-shot things down. One more. There it is. There it is. Two more for the challenge. I'm assuming that's a week. The challenge for the week. Alrighty. I really can't wait to turn this class into a healer, because that will considerably help the queue times. So, all you have to do is complain a little bit, apparently. The Copper Bell Mine. Cool. I think I just lagged. That was weird. I need to get the tiny key. Look, an elevator. Cool. I mean, it's probably tough to make a mine look pretty, but it is glaringly Sastasha and the Tamtara Deepcroft are prettier. More things to look at. I mean, it's just the depths, the ravine, like the theme of the dungeon is cool. It's just not as cool to look at. Or creepy like the Deepcroft. I'm assuming that this is the last dungeon we have for a little bit, since we would have done one for each city-state area. Kind of curious to see what happens next. This is like the part of the game where we're getting a taste of dungeoning. Is my assumption. And then after we get used to that, I'm sure they'll advance the story some. Ooh, I lost my headset. Go get him, Carbuncle. Got him. Here's our key. Here's our loot. Appears to be the same loot as the last dungeon. It's kind of disappointing they don't have like any themed loot for the dungeon itself. All right, shaft E1. Let's go over here and get the other side. You're welcome.
Remember if you like cheese butter?
I like them both.
Bought them for the kids.
They don't like them.
Haven't tried them yet. Brooks liked
The-
the cheese and peanut butter piece pie.
They make ones that have like cheese on them too.
Yeah, is that what you like? I thought you liked.
They're both good. I was gonna say the kids don't like the peanut butter, so they might like the cheese one.
Mhm.
Love you. Apologies. I had a visitor. Topaz. Now I get to pass the topaz ability 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now ruby. I'm gonna pass on all of that. Whoa. Whoa. I wish I had an ability to do AoE. I I will say that this is actually pretty cool. Slaves no more. Free, free. It's actually really cool. I like the theming. Never again, never. I mean, I get it, dog. Believe it or not, I'm on your side. I'm just doing this to advance the story. That is a gigantic swing. Dead. I'm gonna use the limit break too late. We did it. All right. All right, I'm just gonna kill these and get it out. Get another fate out of the way. Because we already have 8, we might as well get another one out of the way, and then we can finish the last one for the challenge log. It was already 25%. Now it's 75%. Now it's 83%. Now it's 91. And now it's done. It was easy enough. Cool. Alright, Painted Mesa. The Conqueror of the Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Ul'dah will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation is in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papashan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. No. Who's this fuck boy? Shut your mouth, you slaving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. They really went out of their way to make this guy look like the biggest twat in the world. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid for it with me own coin. What rot? You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat. much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm gonna say it one more time. Give me back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you never step foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, there it is. Yep. The authorities needn't hear of your crime. Yep, 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 yep. There it is. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? Just come over here and give me a hug, see? But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is me witness. Nobody's gonna stand up for her? Please, adventurer, help me. I beg of you. I swear on my mother's grave, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat my children to a decent meal. And whose the hell are you when you're at home? This dog's master? I've had enough of this mummer's farce. You lot, teach them a lesson. I have a feeling this is going to be underwhelming. Dude has like little spiky claws on. I just took him down to half. I should have stopped at the 7th ale. Bugger. One down. Wow. It was literally a one shot on him. Must have been a crit. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where's the hell you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. Oh, we're gonna get a flashback. I swear there were more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. It's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does. But I would be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't ferment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire patrolling the streets for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you have no coin, you have no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins. Get your dodo tenderloins. Guaranteed cheapest in Thanalan. Thank you for your custom, madame. Please come again. You did buy them. Looking around, you'd think that Ul'dah was well on his way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. More bubbling under the surface. So, madame, are you alright? Yes, we saw you buy that. What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What, you saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. As did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? Gur, I will overlook this, but just this once. What a scumbag. God's bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what that monster might have done. It don't bear thinking about. Ever the selfless hero, I see. It's Ishtola. It's been a while, adventurer. I've been watching you closely ever since you flew out of Limsa Lominsa. You discharged your duty as Admiral's personal envoy with admirable humility, and you have displayed unfaltering courage in the face of danger ever since. Whensoever you came upon those in need, you gave them succor with no thought of personal gain. In summary, you have demonstrated all the qualities we seek in an adventurer. For reasons I cannot well explain, your every deed seems invariably to serve the general good, whether you mean it to or not. It is a happy knack, and one which speaks volume to your character. Yet for all your admirable qualities, it is your gift which intrigues me the most. I speak of the visions you experience, visions like the one you had a mere moments ago. If I am not mistaken, I can provide you with the means to understand them. An acquaintance of mine is blessed with the self-same talent, you see. If you so desire, I can introduce you to her. She and I fight for a common cause, a cause which would greatly benefit for your support. If you would agree to lend us your strength, we should be glad to do all within our power to aid you in your personal endeavors. Think on my offer a while. Should you decide to accept it, pray speak with Momodi. The proprietress of the Quickstand is a close friend and ally of ours. Inform her that you have been chosen by the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and she will tell you where to find us. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We're part of a secret group. Alright, Momodi. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry though, if you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing of a gentleman's woes with the women folk from time to time. Ah, Julia, sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you've been hard at it with giants in the dark. You're every elm the adventurer Mion said you would be, Julia. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. It's Edda. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you. though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with friends in Gridania when... I'm sorry, we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avir, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and he swore that he would one day be like you. I believe that he would have exceeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the woman that you are and all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Avir once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first and to ask you your name. I am Julia Gabagola. Thank you, Julia Gabagola. I pray that we will meet again. Fare you well. Adventure can be cruel, bleeding business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't know what to do with you lot. Thought it would be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Julia. What did you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest then. What does that mean? Listen, Julia, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Momodi is ready to tell you what she knows about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. So you want to know more then, do you? Well, that ain't that a surprise. I swear, if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on the other, 9 out of 10 ventures would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being Ul'dan. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who have made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Julia. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself, as you can probably imagine it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay out in western Thanalon. The place you're looking for is called the Wakened Sands. Give your name to whoever is at the entrance and you'll be let in. You're a woman in demand, Julia, and days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget about them as you helped make them who you are, help make as blah, blah. But I hope you won't forget about them as helped make you into the adventurer you are. Drop in and tell them how you're faring from time to time. You hear? Right. Well, I've said my piece. Off you go. Okay. We're going to go back to Limsa and we're going to do our level 25. Acting Guildmaster would have your assistance in tracking down a certain someone. Have you come to ask about Kalia's condition? The Foreseer is unchanged. She walks about as if all the joy in life has been leached from her soul. I believe the only one who can help her now is the same person who broke Kalia out of her shell the first time, our absent Guildmaster. And though I am leery of the coincidence, the man himself has at long last been spotted. Should you seek out his last known location, it is unlikely he will still be there. And even should you catch him, he may not deign to speak with you. Nevertheless, this may be our only chance. Pray travel to Mimaroon's trading post in Upper Lanosia and speak with anyone who might have seen the Guildmaster. Oh, and one more thing. if he prefers us not to use it for some explicable reason, our leader's name is Kirid Tia. Alright, so Aleport. We can get to Upper from Aleport. Upper Lenosia. Here we come. There's Stasha. We cleared him out very easily. It's very shiny here. Witness. Witness me! Morning, miss. I was the one who sent word to your guild about spotting your leader. It's a right rare sight to see Kirid Tia roaming about. He asked me the way to Thalos. Could be he was seeking to speak with the scholar who lives out there. Okay. It is raining. Tangatonga. Hello there. Why, yes, I did receive a visit from a gentleman identifying himself as the Arcanist Guildmaster, an odd fellow, but obviously possessed of a well-rounded education. And so it happens. He bid me pass on a message to anyone who came searching for him. Ahem. Reunited, the 3 slips of parchment hold the problem to the solution. The Guildmaster mentioned that the slips of parchment are concealed among the bones of Thalos. I suppose you are expected to search for them. Okay. Now I'm on an Easter egg hunt. There's the bones. Got it. Oh, there's one. Here's one piece of parchment. Oh, can I see what it says or no? No, they're just symbols. Alright, we are getting beat the shit out of. Oh, nice. I just died. Back to airport. I should have. I wasn't even paying attention. I should have just made sure that my health was fine. I was just whacking away and not paying any attention. Hey, Raymond. Hey, Ray. Whack, whack. Hi, Raimi. My kitty came to see me. Have you tracked down those 3 slips of parchment? Yes, I have. Interesting, they actually exist. To be perfectly honest, I thought you had been sent on a wild dodo chase. Let's have a look here, shall we? Well, well, pinned in ancient Allegan no less. Fortunately for you, I have a passing familiarity with the script. Seek the box at Fool's Ball. Dance a jig for the wooding audience. Claim the secret from the opened heart. A most cryptic set of instructions, I must say. Do you intend to follow them? The guildmaster of yours certainly enjoys his games. Great, now I have to do some more fun. In the rain, no less. The rain is what is annoying to me. Alright. The old wooden box. I have to dance. Is this real life? Of course, I get attacked. Dance for the box, dance for the box. The box rattles and thumps about as if something within seeks to be freed. It appears the lid has been loosened somewhat. And I have to open the box. Oh, great slugs. Is this real life? I mean, fate failed. I never even started it. Now we're going to open the box. A slip of parchment. If there are answers you would seek, then to the trading post now go. Before the owner, be not meek. With your 2 feet. Shit. So now I have to dance. For someone else. Is this guy real friggin' life? What a massive pain in my ass. I can't see anything because it's pouring down rain. Alright, junk monger. Funny Mikote dance. Funny Mikote dance, funny dance. You dance, funny dance too? Sure. Ah, now that was the most entertaining. That was most entertaining. I must have something to amuse me during these little jaunts back to civilization, you understand. Based on my evaluations of your ability, however, I calculated that you would arrive at this point somewhat earlier. You balked at the dancing, didn't you? I never expected you to be so shy. Another variable to add to your list of characteristics, I keep extensive mental notes on all the guild's members, you see. As an arcanist, it was a simple matter to engineer events so that I might meet you face to face. After all, strategy is a tool used to manipulate one situation into the desired reality. And so, I do so enjoy seeing others dance in the palm of my hand, as it were. What a psychopath. Here, you may have this. Think of it as a payment for your performance. So you might consider passing the tome on to Kalia. That is the reason you sought me out, was it not? Before you give Kalia the grimoire, however, I must insist that you dance for her. I will know if you don't. Yawn. All this banal interaction has simply exhausted me. It's time I return to my studies. You, on the other hand, should travel forthward to the anchor yard in Limsa Lamenta. Be well, Julia. We shall meet again. I am 100% certain of it. Back to Limsa to go fucking dance for someone and give him a book. The anchor yard. This is way out here. Alright, you silly little cat, here you go. Were you always one for dancing? I don't recall any such you met with our guildmaster, haven't you? That would explain your odd behavior. He does so enjoy seeing people perform unexpected acts of frivolity. But what could have spurred our reticent guildmaster to speak with you in person? Well, I have your book. He gave you this grimoire to give to me? Uncanny. It is identical to the tome I received the first time I ever met our leader. You have my thanks, Julia. The guildmaster is fond of games and mischief, and I understand the troublesome trials he likely put you through before deeming you worthy of his attention. With this gift, however, his message to me is abundantly clear. I am to shape reality into the one I desire. And that means defeating Dosmaga. Gods, my mind is alive again with strategies. I must have time to think. Pray inform Mistress Thurbegeim of my return to duty. You did it! Now we must return. Let's return to the teleport. Turn in the quest. That seems like a rather ripe stopping point. Kalia has recovered from her despondency. This is wonderful news, and we have you to thank for it. It is unfortunate, however, that both Kalia and our guild master are possessed of such impenetrable personalities, but at least in the case of our Foreseer, we have an inkling as to the nature of the cage that imprisons her. I continue to hope that her partnership with you shall gradually pry those bars apart. Return to your training, Julia, and prepare yourself for the demanding tactics Kalia is surely to formulate in the days ahead. 21, 26. Boots. And we'll get the gloves. Pretty massive difference. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're going to come over here to Horizon. And we're going to have to straighten these bars out here shortly. Okay, I believe I need to run. Run there, unless this chocobo can take me there. No, at least not yet. Okay. So we will stop here, and when we pick back up, we will go meet the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in Vesper Bay, and I'm sure we will start our next kind of run of adventures with them. I'm excited to join up with Ishtola. She seems to be quite fun to adventure with. So I'll come back for part 8. And I am looking forward to it. So thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, if you will. You know, all the YouTubey things. And you have yourself a wonderful night. Sleep tight. Bye.